Hi everybody, how are you today? Well, it looks like there's a whole lot going on in the NFL today, so just sit back tight and I'll be right back with you. Hi everybody, and I'm back. So, this year is starting where last year ended off. We have a few more players who's taking the knee during the National Anthem. Former player Colin Kaeperneck says he refuses to stand for the flag he refuses to stand for a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. He said it's bigger than the NFL, and it would be selfish of him to look the other way while there's dead bodies in the street and people being paid for being paid for leave and getting away with murder. So a lot of words. So there you have it. He's no longer playing, so we don't have to worry about him. But with him, we had Ravens player Terrell Suggs and Tampa Bay Buccaneers Mike Evans with him taking a knee. Others that took the knee during the National Anthem, and these were just some players, it wasn't the entire team or anything, were the Patriots, the Jaguars, the Browns, the Broncos, the Dolphins, and the Steelers didn't take the field at all except for one player. Also, the Seahawks and the Titans did not take the field for the National Anthem. President Trump renewed his criticism of protests, saying players should be fired or suspended for the protests. Well, you don't have players that are you have players that are getting paid millions of dollars in the United States. Well, you know what? You should get a little bit of something, because if you live in another country, you may not be able to make that kind of money. There are players that come out of college thinking they're going to go pro, and the only pro they're going is if they go overseas to Europe or somewhere else and not make the money that pro football players, pro basketball players, pro hockey players make here in the States. And they go overseas to play and don't get the money that they would get here. So they are very privileged. Also, Saturday called the NFL owners to fire any sons of bitches who disrespect our flag. Well, I tell you what, that's all good and fine, and I 100% back that up. But we have plenty of sons of bitches who out on the sidewalks pouring gas and starting a fire and running around on our flags today. And they're putting it up all over Facebook. So whenever somebody sees that, we need to do something about that, because that's a felony. Our flag should not hit the ground. If the flag hits the ground, it is supposed to be burned. Just a little info. So, following Sunday's 1 o'clock kickoff, Trump tweeted he approved of players locking arms, saying it represents great solidarity for the country. And yes, there were plenty and plenty and plenty of players and on teams that were locking arms. And you still had those who were taking the knee for their own reasons. And the Cleveland Browns, they had a big group that took the knee. According to them, they did not take the knee out of anything being toward the flag, the national anthem, nothing like that. They were taking the knee and praying. But who can debunk it, and who can say they're lying? Who can say they're telling the truth? Nobody, but between them and God. So, anyway, so we got somebody saying that they're oppressed in the United States. Oh, geez, Louise, you know what? Is there really anybody oppressed in the United States anymore? I mean, we all work for somebody. We all belong to somebody. Hell, you get married, you have papers that you belong to each other. We're all oppressed. None of us is making the money that we're worth. We're all oppressed. None of us should be treated the same. Could because I'm a woman. Could because I'm sick. Who knows? Who cares? Don't disrespect the flag and the national anthem. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay here. You can move out of the country. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. And then I got bigger fish to fry. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Okay, so let's go on down through here. Refuse to stand for the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Okay, there's 3 pros and there's 3 cons. The first pro. Only if it is hurting your freedom, your liberty, and justice for all. Did it hurt his freedom, liberty, and justice for all? I think it was all bullshit. I go out there and say that, and people just laugh at me. Cons. Disrespected the flag and the members of armed forces. And that is the reason why a lot of people are very angry about this. Because, first of all, you're out on a football field. What harm is coming to you? I mean, seriously. What harm is coming to you? Nothing. Oh my God. There might be a stray football come and hit you in the head. National recognized person. Can be anybody. But in this situation, it's an NFL player, okay? Refuses to stand, so it shocks people, and then people start talking about it. Of course, people's going to start talking about it, and women especially. Well, I don't know. Women don't talk as much as men do, really. If you go into a beauty shop and you sit there, unless it's a small beauty shop, we don't talk. Men, on the other hand, you guys go to barbers, and there's nothing but guys. And the same barber keeps the same clientele. So, yeah, you guys talk more than we do. So, y'all be generating the conversation, not us. So the con for that one would be ineffective, counterproductive way to promote a cause. Because you're not going to be, you have no way of promoting this except for being selfish and just saying, what the hell, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stand, I don't want to be I don't want parents to look bad at me, and I don't want little kids to, when they look up at me and think, oh, well, I didn't have respect for my country, and I don't want them to look up at me and then later say, oh, well, you were just a whatever. You know, you still want to, you may have your own feelings, but you don't want other people to look at you and think that way. Especially kids, because kids do. Kids watch every single thing you do, and that's what they mock. And so it's pretty shitty if you're just going to do it for your own selfish reasons. Because, yes, that is a selfish reason. Okay, and the last pro is legal forms of peaceful protest. And it is a First Amendment right. And he is protesting very quietly, and it isn't his First Amendment right. But still, you still have to think about the people that's watching you, all the kids, everybody, because you're not a political figure, but you're a figure that kids see. You're a figure that anybody sees. I mean, it doesn't have to be a kid. It can be an adult that has issues wrong with him, and they like you, and you don't want to give him a bad public figure to look up to. My kids loved Michael Jordan. And you know why my kids loved Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan stuck to what he knew. Didn't matter. I never heard anything bad about Michael Jordan. Not one bad thing ever. And if he did have anything bad, you didn't know. If he had problems in his marriage, you didn't know it. Public was kept out. And that's where the public needs to stay, is out. So, now, let's talk about the National Anthem. Because after I talk about this National Anthem, then we're going to some good stuff, I promise. Okay, so, the National Anthem. Guess what? People say that the National Anthem is racist and it's bigoted. Yeah. Our National Anthem is cause of bigotry and it's racist. Imagine that. Yeah. It's bigotry and it's racist. So, I'm not going to sing the song to you. You know it. But there's more verses to it than the one that we know. When I pulled it up, I was just looking at it. And, you know, the songs that we do here, or that we use, there are usually more words to it. When I pulled it up, I didn't see anything in it. The words, if you think about the words, the rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in air, it's a war song. It's a battle song. And if, oh God forbid, somebody thinks it's a song about them. You know, so many people today, you can't say or do anything without them thinking it's you. It's them. I mean, seriously. I'm not lying. You know, I can't do anything on my YouTube or my, I have a Facebook page that's open. It's a community page. And I have that. And then I have a Twitter page that's all in with this YouTube channel and my Facebook and all of that. And sometimes doesn't matter what you do or say, people are gonna think, or certain people are gonna think that it's all about them, because everything is about them. They don't think, oh well, whatever, and ignore it, you know. So yeah. So about the national anthem, because I looked it up. This is where I got the information from, and below in my descriptions, I will have every link to where I found everything, and it will be in there. I do this in all my videos because it's nothing different than a research paper, and if you get any information from it, you need to document it. So, the lyrics are from Defense of Fort. It's not McHenry. It's M with a apostrophe Henry. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too, but you know, back in those days, Defense of Fort McHenry. And the lyrics, now lyrics were added after the music. The lyrics were written by Francis Scott Key. Is that K or Key? My own handwriting, I can't read half the time. Francis Scott Key in 1814. The music was written by John Stafford Smith in 1773. And the United States adopted this song, I guess, as our national anthem, March 4th, 1931, 86 years ago. So, yeah, 86 years ago. Really? Yeah, this song will be posted, not in here, but the link to it will be in my description, for you to make your decision. So, the something I said that I was going to have that's bigger than any of this, well, it's well, has to do with all the major, you know, football, basketball, NHL, all that. Hold on, I gotta have something to drink. My diseases, I never stay wet, and I'm always having to lick my fingers to put on my PC pad. I never have any fluid. Anyway, so this is on course, but it's a little bit off. But I think it's something that raises a question. Well, it did for me when I read it, and then, but I started off differently. But it's something that I think will shine some light on something, or I don't think the owners care. I mean, they care about they care about their team. They care about their players. I don't think that what I'm fixing to expose to you, that they care. And if this really did happen, like it's saying that it did, then I wouldn't put it past. But I'm blown away by this. I mean, extremely. And if you guys are too, please blow up my comments. I'd love to hear them. Anyway, so I may have to put my eyes on, because this is written in paper. I mean, on with pencil. Because I like to do my homework and make sure that whatever I'm spewing out the mouth is true. So, during the spring of this was the spring of 2015, and Obama was still president, and he had wrote in this, I don't know what it is, a bill or something, and it was for NHL. It was for all of them, NFL, NBA. Over $48 million. And I've got this. I'm gonna put this in a link too, so you can read it yourself. $48 million over a course of time, or every year. I'm not exactly sure because it really was very vague. And because they separated it up on what was it, but it still didn't really add up. Okay, anyway, maybe it did, and I just didn't pay attention to it. Okay, but let's get on with this show, okay? So, Obama appointed the DOD to pay for patriotism. $6.8 million since 2012 to display paid patriotism. Leagues from NFL to MLB and NHL and we're missing one. A basketball one. NBA. That's what it is. NBA. Anyway, so he was paying. Okay. Did you guys catch that? I'm just curious. To display patriotism. Pay $6.8 million since 2012 to display patriotism. I'll let that sit with you for a minute. It was revealed in 2015. The DOD paid more than a dozen NFL teams, honor guard soldiers, and put on segments to recognize military help with recruitment. Hold up. What? You know what the DOD is? Department of Defense. And they're paying NFL, MLB, NHL, NBA, and last one was what? Recruit military. Yep. In 2015. Well, do you have to be paid to show any patriotism? I mean, I don't. Hell, I've got a flag hanging over one side of my patio door. I don't have to be paid. Most people I know don't have to be paid. I might not always feel like going and watching fireworks or whatever, but that's just because I'm sick. But yeah, I don't have to be paid. If you have to be paid, then you need to get the hell out of our country. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. But then the recruitment. You guys, he has to pay to get people recruited to the military. Okay, so how many of you are saying you're lying? I know, right? Yeah, but this is what it said. And I've got that to show to you too. Yeah. To recruit military. Well, during this time, I had 2 kids. Both adults. My son was a senior in high school. His birthday was in January of 2015. So he'd been talking to the recruiters 2014 and 2015. And there was a specific spot that he wanted to be in. And they told him, I quote, and I kid you not, well, you know, I can't promise you anything. We really don't need anybody. No shit, Sherlock. That's because Obama done got us down to the skeleton military. You don't want anybody else in there. But to promote the military. To recruit it. Fine. Oh my God, yes. When I seen that, oh my God, I was so mad. Oh God. You know, they wasted so much of our tax dollars. It's pathetic. And so I really want to know where that money went. Because it wasn't for recruitment. Okay. Okay, and this included... Guys, I'm having a hard time. This included ceremonial things like first pitches. You know, like when you go to a Major League Baseball, and they might have maybe that time they've had a drawing, and they had all the tickets thrown in a thing, and they call your number, and you get to go down there and throw the first pitch, or maybe the very first pitcher or the last couple coaches, maybe one of them's back and he's throwing the first. Well, yeah, somebody's throwing the first pitch. It's usually, you know, somebody new or somebody's a big shot, or they're just doing it because it's for whatever day or whatever. Okay, so we know that. Or drop the puck for the game to start. Same thing. Let's see what else they got. Collar guards. I can't read what I wrote. And other ceremonies. Well, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys probably know. But now, have you guys paid attention to what I've been saying? Who's doing all of this? The DOD? The Department of Defense? Why is the Department of Defense doing this? Don't he have enough to deal with? I mean, this is Obama's administration. The DOD, Department of Defense. The only thing that he would have anything to do with is recruiting. But he's out there paying stuff off. Paying people off. But that was Obama's world. So, I don't know. Maybe they're not getting the kickback now. Now they don't care what happens. And now maybe they're not getting the kickback. was the perfect time for Colin to start kneeling. Yeah. Because when this went back before Obama, and it was McCain and I think it was McCain and Terry, or Flake, McCain and Flake. They went to McLean and Flake. They moved to stop the bill. McLean and Flake pushing on amendment next year defense authorizing bill to get rid of the funding for these. So in 2015 they got rid of them. And it was said that the NFL does a lot of good, but paid patriotism on the payer's dime is cheapening true displays of patriotism. And that was from the NFL. And that's right. I mean, I don't know anybody. I mean, if they want to give away tickets, have a lottery or something, to get free tickets. People love free tickets all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not cheapening the patriotism. But, that's just aggravating. And I thought that was kind of awkward and kind of strange that, he stopped the bill in 2015. That's when it came across his desk and he signed it. So then Colin Kaeperneck, whatever his name was, starts kneeling at the games. And others follow suit. Is it really about oppression? Is it really about race? So anyway, that was what I wanted to talk about. Maybe a couple days later or whatever, we'll find out some more. Anyway, please feel free to like, subscribe, and check out my other social sites. But until then, I'll see you later. Have a good night. Bye.